Active shooter events over the years show how the bad guys can break into a school, and that's when schools install external camera systems along with security. But what happens if the active shooter is coming from inside the building, let alone inside the classroom? A scary morning for students, staff, and parents outside Alpine High School yesterday after an active shooter student shot another girl and then turned the gun on herself.
And so people don't think girls are likely to do this. Unfortunately, they're just as likely as boys. So you can't focus on one group, you have to focus on the whole.
Doug Parisi is a certified trainer for Texas State University's Alert Active Shooter Response Training Program. After serving in law enforcement for 20 years, he joined an active shooter protection program called SafeDefend.
Somebody said, I never thought this would happen here. And that's the point, is that nobody ever does think it's going to happen here. SafeDefend and in its whole fills the niche that's missing.
He says over 85% of active shooter situations come from students, starting right inside the classroom.
That's where your perimeter security kind of fails you, is that the problem is walking right past the door. So they enter the building like this girl, unfortunately, with the intent of doing their harm and then picking themselves out of the picture or committing suicide.
SafeDefend gives teachers a fingerprint-activated safe. Once activated, the safe opens protective gear for an active shooter situation. It then sends an immediate notification to law enforcement. Blue strobes will go off just like a fire alarm, and texts will be sent to everyone in the building telling staff which room was activated.
You've got to have some system in place that any teacher at any time can activate the system. It is controlled access, but also it has to be deliberately activated.
Although several assessments have been done in Texas, the program does plan on making its way to schools here. But in the meantime, how do you protect students using simple everyday routines?
What we need them to do is make sure that their door is locked. What's going to happen is they can immediately start barricading their door, or they can figure out if they want to run. So they have to think, do I have a window break in my classroom? Is there something I can use if I do have to go out these windows? And can it be done safely? So that's the stuff I would tell teachers. Be aware of their surroundings, understand the building they work in, but be prepared for the worst.